Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I want to do is give a little summary up on the first 6 shots and give a little bit more information on why I continue on looking for more shots and stuff like that. Now, if you watch my videos, you'll see I already done shot number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, at this point, you would think, hey, that's all the shots. Because like when people do research into JFK assassination, they go ahead and after you see the fatal headshot, because mainly this is all they study is the fatal headshot, okay? They always try to pinpoint where this fatal headshot came from, okay? And this is all they're going to look at, mainly this part of the film here. Okay, that's the only part of the film they're going to show of when it comes to assassination of JFK, and the study is the fatal headshot. Okay, that's the only part they're actually going to study. Okay, but what gets me is when I view this film, like I said, every time I see something, it pulls up red flags. And when something pulls up red flag, I have to say why. And then I have to go in there and look for that answer. Now, when we watch this Zapruder film, as you've seen in my other videos, there's already 6 shots fired by this point here. By frame 330 of this Zapruder film. Okay, there's already 6 shots fired. Actually, by this time there was actually 7 shots fired, but I'll do that when I make a video on shot number 7. But right now we're going to talk about these shots here, the first 6. You would think there would be no more shots fired at this time because JFK was already, his head's already exploded open. Governor Connolly's already shot. He's laying down in his wife's lap. You would never think no other shots occur. But when I watch this film, okay, and like I said, what pulls up red flags, we can see at this point JFK was already completely over now, with Governor Connolly already laying over his wife, and you can see his wife already covering Governor Connolly. But watch this. You see this guy right here? He's dropping down to the ground. Why is he dropping down to the ground? Now, we see this in Orville Nick's film and other films as well. We see people dropping down and everything else. And it's like, why is he dropping down now? Because JFK, as you see here, he's already laying slumped over this way to his left. Governor Connolly's already out of sight. You can't quite see him no more. Why is the people in the background, especially when we get down further here, okay, when we watch this, and that's what makes me look for other shots fired, because watch this guy here. Why is he running this way? There's another guy running over here. There's people running out of the way. Why? Why? Look how they got their head covered and they're running because there was something going on at the time. Now, you see these frames here. I marked these frames now, but also have frames where they're still not marked. Okay. But now I understand why, because there was more shots fired. This what brings up red flags. Why I had to look for more than just what shots that we told about, because remember, we're only told about 3 shots. But then I had to want to know, why was he still people moving in the background? If only when I first found the first 6 shots, basically what I'm trying to say is when I first found the 6 shots, we already have Governor Connolly down, JFK already down and stuff. But why is the people in the background still reacting the way they're reacting? Like this guy right here. He's got his head covered like this. And he's running. This guy here is ducking down. He's trying to cover up his head and run away. See that? See that? Why are they doing that? That's the reason why when I study films, I analyze films and images and stuff like that, I start finding the answers of why these people are doing it, just like right here. Like I said, you got this guy bending down right here, dropping down to the ground. We got these guys right here running and starting to cover their heads and stuff as they're running away. Okay, like right here. Excuse me. Now, when we watch other films and stuff like that, just like in Zapruder film. Now, the Zapruder film, we can actually see this guy right here, which is the groundskeeper right here. He starts running up the stairway here. Okay, he starts running up here. This guy starts running up. Okay, and that's how he comes in frame right here, because that's his hat he's got on. He's got a ball cap on right here. He's a groundskeeper. He comes in the frame of Spruder film because he's running up steps here. Again, let's call it a reaction. Why is he reacting that way? Because when we're watching the Orville Nix film, we can see this guy right here. He's right here. This is frame 56 of the Nix film. This is frame 66 of the Nix film, which he's already up here. And we got him already turned around. He's getting a groundskeeper now. Is starting to run up steps right behind him. And this guy right here, which is this old man right here, he's actually starting to run up the steps now. People says, oh, well, you know, they're running up steps because they're trying to get the gunman. Okay, no, they wasn't trying to get no gunman behind no picket fence. They was trying to get out of the line of fire, which I'll continue on showing that evidence as I go along. I just wanted to cover the first 6 shots and explain the reason why I decided to look and see if there's any more shots taken that day, because of the red flags. Like I said, my first video, we have shot number 1, struck JFK in the back, bullet exited his throat, passed Governor Connolly's head, and struck the chrome in between the sun visors of JFK's limo. And that came from the 6th Texas School Book Depository. Shot number 2 came from the gunman on the 2nd floor of the county records building. That shot struck JFK in the back of the head, entered his head 15 centimeters and stopped. That came in from the left, going out to the right. Shot number 3, again, was taken by this gunman on the 2nd floor of the county records building. He took that shot to Governor Connolly as he was looking out to his right, and he shot Governor Connolly in his right side. Shot number 4 was the fatal headshot to JFK. That shot came from shelter number 3, inside of the shelter number 3, from the window, 3rd window up, from the first gunman that's inside of the shelter. He took the fatal headshot to JFK, which struck JFK in the right side of the head. That bullet made contact with the first shot to the back of JFK's head, and that's why JFK's head exploded, and that's why they only found bullet fragments inside of JFK's head and all over the back seat, is because both the bullets made contact and they exploded. That's why JFK's head opened up. Shot number 5 came from the 6th floor of Texas School Book Depository, which is the second shot taken from that location. But that bullet ended up striking the back of JFK's head after JFK's head exploded open. It struck the back of JFK's head and then passed through that opening, then struck the inside of the windshield of JFK's limo. Then shot number 6 came from the second gunman on the side of the shelter. That shot was to Governor Connolly. It struck Governor Connolly in the back as he was turning to his left, because as we see in the Zapruder film, Governor Connolly was looking out to his right the whole time. It was not until after frame 315, around frame 315, is when he starts turning to his left. That was after the fatal headshot to JFK. He starts turning to his left, and that's when he felt the blow in his back, which we can see the bullet impact in frame 330 of the Zapruder film. Okay, that's the first 6 shots that was taken already. And as I point out, after them 6 shots, people are not going to look for any more shots because they're going to say, well, there you go, because you know JFK is already down, Governor Connolly's on down, so there ain't going to be no more shots. But then we have people in the background and their surroundings are still running and covering their heads and everything else hitting the ground. Why? Don't this bring up any flags to anybody? This is one thing I never did understand when I did research on the JFK assassination. We have gunmen in different locations. This is a fact. But anybody that has done research on this, even the government, FBI, CIA, the Warren Commission report, you know, they said they've had their top men working on it. And I always do this top men because to me they really must not have been 2 top men, because all this information was never found until I analyzed it. But anyway, I sit there and it makes me think of how can this much information be lost? How come this information was overlooked? In the films, we could see what occurred that day. Then we can line what occurred, what we see that day. When we line it up to eyewitness account stuff, we can see it all fits in. So now the eyewitness accounts are matching what we see in these films and images. Okay, and just like 6 shots. Okay, remember we're only told about 3 shots: the magic bullet shot, the missed shot, the magic bullet shot, the fatal headshot to JFK. This is all researchers study, especially anybody in a research field, okay, they're not worried about any of these other shots. And that's what really bothers me is they're only worried about the one shot. The one shot, and that's the fatal headshot to JFK. That's all they study. That's all they worry about, because they said if they could prove that this frontal shot here, okay, which we'll do, go back. This shot here, if they could prove that's a frontal shot, that proves there's a second gunman, okay, and that proves there's conspiracy. As I point in my research, and everybody sees in my research, I've already proved that, okay. I could put that part to rest. Yeah, there was a conspiracy. It's a fact now, okay? Because there is evidence. I've shown that evidence there was a conspiracy because I showed there was more than 3 shots taken that day, okay? But at this point here, we only have 6 shots already fired. But all they want to study is this part here. They're studying 1 shot. Now we have 6 shots to this point here, to frame 330 of this Zapruder film. We have 6 shots. Okay, 6 shots. Well, actually be 7, but I'll go into that more when I make shot number 7 video. But anyway, at this point right here where Governor Collins was shot in the back, we have 6 shots now. Okay, and these 6 shots were taken by 4 gunmen, 3 different locations. 4 gunmen, 3 different locations. At this point here. But it ain't stopping, but it ain't stopping, because now we have more shots we have to look for. And the reason why I say we have more shots to look for is because we see people ducking still in the background, people still covering up their heads, running for their lives and everything else, trying to get out of the line of fire. Okay, this is what we have to do. And this what really bothers me is I read a lot of reports in the JFK assassination. Okay. I read a lot of books in JFK assassination. I watched a lot of documentaries on this case and everything else. Go on YouTube a lot. Watch a lot of videos, especially at night. You know, when I'm laying in bed, I go on videos. And I start looking at, you know, other people's research and stuff, and they're pointing this up and pointing that up and, you know, blah, 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 all that stuff. But no one's talking about none of this. No one's talking about the gunman in shelter number 3, which we can see that. No one's talking about the gunman on the 2nd floor of the county records building. No one's talking about the gunman on the rooftop of the county records building. And no one's talking about the gunman in the Texas School Book Depository. They're always constantly talking about the fatal headshot. Oh, it came from the south side. It came from this location. It came from that location. It came from this location. That's all they're pointing out is 1 shot. I'm sitting back going, why only 1 shot? Okay, we see there's 13 shots fired that day. We don't know it, or we know it now, because we can see all 13 shots making contact. But they're only talking about the 1 shot. And they're constantly sitting there saying they have evidence to show there was a conspiracy, but there's none. They don't show it. They don't show it. It's not in their books. All there is testimonies and stuff in their books. Or a story that someone said. Okay, where is that evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's their evidence showing there was more than 3 shots fired that day? Where's their evidence of showing, pinpoint exactly where the gunmen were at? There is none. Only one showing that is me and my research. I'm showing you location of 5 gunmen, showing you with their rifles in their hands, showing other evidence of that covers that location. Eyewitness accounts and testimonies fit in those locations, and photographic evidence of each one of these shots, all 13 shots. But they overlook it. This is why it brings up red flags, because when you do research, okay, I look at it this way. We got 6 shots already occurred. 6. Okay, but we still have people moving around and stuff. And it don't make no sense to me why they move around and ducking and hiding and everything else. Was there more shots fired? So when we find if there's more shots fired, and we see there's more shots fired, now we got to find out why those shots were fired. Okay, we have to look for that now. So we answer one question, but we'll come up more questions as well. But at this point here, when I sit there and look at these first 6 shots, they only talk about the 1 shot, the fatal headshot. All that shots of Governor Connolly. He was hit 2 times. JFK was shot 4 times. 4 times JFK was shot. in the back and 3 times in the head. But they're only looking at that one shot, the fatal headshot. Why only one shot? Why try to prove one shot when there's so much evidence here to prove different? You see what I'm saying? Like I said, you'll find all this information in only one book. Only one book's ever going to be printed that shows this much information as evidence of conspiracy by me. In the description down below, I'll leave the site and a link where you can order it, whether it's paperback or Kindle. Okay. All, like I said, all my book sales from now until May of 2018, that's going to be put back to the GoFundMe because I want to make the documentary on JFK assassination, The Quest for Answers, which also in the description down below is a link if you want to make a donation, $1, $2, they all add up, you know. Tell your friends about us, post it, share the videos, you know, do whatever you want, you know, take videos and look over them time and time again, okay? Watch these videos, because the more you watch these videos and you start piecing it all together, it all starts making sense. But when you take somebody else's research and you try to look at it, you get very confused and you stay confused. Just like I said, when I point out why they're only looking at the fatal headshot to JFK when you already got 6 shots occurred, as you've seen in my videos. 6 shots already occurred, but they only talk about the one shot because they're worried about where that shot came from. Because if they find out where that shot came from, then they could prove a conspiracy. Then they could prove there's a second gunman. But there's already 6 shots fired, which shows and proves there was a conspiracy, which shows gunmen in these locations taking these shots. Just in the shelter number 3, there's photographic evidence and films, images, and all showing 2 gunmen in that shelter with rifles, aiming rifles, and firing rifles, showing a location where them shots made contact with the fatal headshot to JFK and a shot to Governor Connally as he was turning over to his left. This can be proven by films and images. And this also can be proven by eyewitness accounts because of their testimonies of what they said fits what we see in these films and images. So there is no sense in trying to look for that fatal headshot no more of where that location is at. That location's found. There's no sense in trying to look for evidence of a conspiracy because the evidence is already there. The conspiracy is there and it's over with. This is going in 2018 now. 2017 is over with now, basically. Now we're looking at 2018. Or we could continue on the same old thing this year, through the rest of this year, and then 2018 and 2019 still continue on people just looking for false stories to tell and more false information going out there, because all the stuff that people's coming out with nowadays is false claims and false images. I made a video before they released the new documents. They're going to come up with more false stories. Now they got false stories about J.D. Tippit is the one shot JFK. Mrs. Kennedy's the one shot JFK. Governor Connally's the one shot JFK. But then we got Lyndon B. Johnson was supposed to be behind the assassination. Okay, but here's Governor Connally. He's going to shoot JFK, but he's already got shot twice too. See what I'm saying? But anyway, don't forget to tell your friends about us. Don't forget the like button. Don't forget the subscribe button. I'll be making shot number 7 video here soon. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year, because now it's the 30th. Tomorrow's my son's birthday, so I won't be making no videos tomorrow because I'm going to spend all day with my son because he just turns 21 tomorrow. So I just want to make these 2 videos here because I just got done making shot video number 6, and I want to make this video here, a little summary on the first 6 shots plus reason why I continue on looking for other shots, because I couldn't make no videos past week or so because I had a chest congestion. My head was all congested, I had a sinus infection, and I couldn't talk for a few days. And I started talking again last night because everything started clearing up. But I want to make a couple of videos, let everybody know I'm still here. It's just, you know, I always got a little sick, you know. But soon after tomorrow, probably first, I'm going to probably on the 1st, I'm going to make shot video number 7, and then continue on until I finish all 13 shots. Then I'm going to start making other videos. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Don't forget the like button. Don't forget the subscribe button. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. If you want to order evidence of conspiracy, in the description down below, you'll find the website for that. If you want to make a donation to the GoFundMe account so we can get a documentary made on JFK assassination, the quest for answers, on the description down below as well. Like I said, don't forget the like button, don't forget the subscribe button, don't forget to tell your friends about us, don't forget to share this video on social medias, channels, or any other channels, Facebook accounts, Twitter. Share with your friends and family and your neighbors. Thank you, and you have a pleasant day, and Happy New Year.